Here we go. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. All right, right into it today. I had to move the run indoors because of the rain. I don't normally like to do that, but weather permits. I can't control the weather, and it still got done. So had to get it in on the treadmill. And while I was going on the treadmill, memory came back to me. It was back when I was working at Washington Sports Club with my boy Omar Clay Powell, whatever you want to call him. If you want to listen to his story, go to the Move Swiftly podcast and look up the episode titled Business Mentorship 101. Business Mentorship 101 absolutely brings the heat, brings the fire, bunch of relevant content that anybody can take something from, no matter what gender, race, ethnicity, whatever it is you are. Make sure you go listen to that, all right? So there was a time in which he and we were workout partners when I worked at Washington Sports Club. I was a front desk associate. He was one of the top trainers there, and kind of keeping up with him was a task in itself, right? So we had a cardio day. In which he and I were on the treadmill, and this is how we were on the treadmill for maybe 15 minutes, so maybe 15 minutes each. And I remember when he first decided to go into the treadmill, right? He tells me, it's how it worked. He tells me to go into the treadmill, and he's just standing in front of it looking at me like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? I'm on the treadmill, he's just standing there, he's controlling the speed of the treadmill, right? So he does that for me for about 15 minutes. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I have to confirm with him, but I'm pretty sure it's around 15 minutes. And then he gets on the treadmill, and now I'm the one that's controlling the speed for him. And then towards the end of his 15 minutes, he tells me to push the incline up, push the speed up, push it up as fast as humanly possible. And you got to think the whole thing lasted for about 30 minutes, because 15 minutes on my end, 15 minutes on his end. And this is a gym in South Bethesda, which was predominantly white people. The majority of people that came to this gym were white people. So you get two black guys on the treadmill, and it was funny because after he was done, he was like dying, bent over on the cardio machines, just done. The both of us were done because cardio wasn't at the core of our training. We were more so weight training. Cardio is something I picked up more after I stopped playing football and things like that. But the point I'm trying to make to you is, the point I am making to you, not trying to make, the point I am making to you is, as you are a black man, if you're a black man or if you're in a minority, if you're in a situation, I don't even want to use the term black man, I want to just use the term minority. If you're in a situation where there's few of you, that were just two black men in this whole kind of group of white individuals, and the both of us had to make an impression, we had to make money. He more specifically because he was a personal trainer, and these were people that were going to trust him with their goals and things like that. You got to make sure you're doing things to impress, not necessarily to impress people. Impress yourself, number one, but you got to do things that make people remember you. All right, I'll never forget, there was this white lady's face, her face at the end of Omar's run when he was bent over on the treadmill. She's just looking at us like, oh my goodness, I've never seen something like that. And that, the reason that particular experience, I've touched on a lot of the different workouts I've had with Omar and things like that, and the importance of having accountability partners, the importance of having people that are going to push you when you can't push yourself, the importance of having the mindset. Look at this, 10 years later, I see the rain outside, and instead of me making an excuse about, oh, okay, it's raining today, I ain't going to run. No, fuck that. Get on the treadmill, get your normal 6 to 7 miles in, do what you got to do so you can actually look in the mirror at the end and say, look, I did my part. All right, because at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. It's how much are you going to push yourself? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Omar got to go on and move on to live his life. Aswand got to go his way. The bottom line is, have you touched people in a way in which you've just given them something that's going to create a positive outcome later on in their life, a positive mindset later on in their life, all right? Again, the website to dive into all of this stuff, from the podcast to the Plus LY merch. Check that out. Plus LY merch. There's more coming on that too. All of this stuff is on makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYaMove.com. Makeyourmove.com. One-stop shop. Support the brand that makes it so you find your place in this world. You write down specifically what your goals are, and you are forced to find your place in this world. All right. Aswand Cruickshank checking out, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.